A very good evening to one and all. Good evening, children. Today we are going to discuss about economics second year, intermediate second year economics, sixth chapter, industrial sector. Sixth chapter, industrial sector. So today's our topic, children, it is industrial development during the 5 years planning period in our country. That means all those 5 years planning period that was started since 1951 till the 12th 5-year planning period, children. We have to focus here, children, that in which planning period, in which plan period, which sector, means which industries were given importance. Which industries were given importance in all the 5-year planning period. And because of that, today we are able to say that we are in a very good level. We are developed now in case of industrialization. So let us discuss now, children, with the first 5-year planning system. As already I explained you in 4th lesson planning, I explained you that in the year 1950, Planning Commission was set up, and then afterwards 5-year planning periods were started in the country. So the first 5-year planning period, it was in the year 1951 to 1956, and every one of us, we know that being an agricultural country, the first emphasis, the first 5-year planning period, the importance were given to agriculture sector, because most number of people, good percentage of population, they depended directly or indirectly on agriculture. So now, in the first 5-year planning period, that was 1951 to 56, the thrust area, the main area of this first 5-year planning period is agricultural sector. The first thrust is agricultural sector. So in this first 5-year planning period, the major emphasis, because this is a topic that we are going to discuss about industries, and now I am telling that importance were given to agriculture. So now in the first 5-year planning period, importance were given to all those industries that were dependent on agriculture. Okay, so all those existing industries already, these industries were there. So importance were given to improve the conditions of those industries that dependent on agriculture. So the main emphasis on increasing the capacity of existing industries. Whatever the existing means, already those industries were there, to increase the capacity of production of those industries. And which industries are there? The industries are cotton, industries are woolen, jute, paper, power looms, sugar, etc. So this is, children, in the first 5-year planning period. Now, second 5-year planning period. In the second 5-year planning period, that started from 1956 to 1961, and this planning period gave importance to the establishment of heavy industries. Which industries? Like iron and steel industries. Iron and steel industries, heavy engineering industries, and fertilizer industries. The main importance were given to iron and steel industry. That is very important industry, children, also called as a basic industry. So iron and steel industry, heavy industry, and fertilizer industry. Then during this time period, children, as the importance were given for the establishment of heavy industry, nearly 3 iron and steel industries were established, children. Plants were established. That is Bhilai iron and steel plant, Durgapur iron and steel plant, and Rourkela in Odisha iron and steel plant. Is it clear? So this is about 5 years planning period, and the importance given to improve the conditions of the increasing capacity of these industries in these 2 plants. Now what is left now with us? We are having all the plants we have to cover. Now next with us is third 5-year planning period. So, now let us discuss about the third 5-year planning period. So the third 5-year planning period, the time starts from 1961 to 1966. 1961 to 1966, and the emphasis in the third 5-year planning period was given to iron and steel industry, fossil fuel, the petroleum industry, machine building industries. So in the third 5-year planning period, importance were given to iron and steel, then followed by fossil fuels and the machine building. Then during this, the third 5-year planning period, the Ranchi machine tools were established. And with this, 3 HMT, Hindustan Machine Tools. HMT watches were very famous once upon a time, children. So 3 HMT industries were also established, children, during the time period of third 5-year planning period. Then the other industry that developed during this period was machine building, locomotive. Locomotives means what, children? All the industries that are helpful for the cars, manufacturing, trucks, tractors, everything. Railway coach industries, shipbuilding industries were given importance in the third 5-year planning period. So what is third 5-year planning period? It starts from 1961 to 1966. Importance were given, children, to iron and steel plant, then followed by fossil fuels, machine building. Then Ranchi machine tools were established. 3 HMT tools were, that is Hindustan machine tools, were also established. And the importance were given to children here into the machine building, locomotive, then shipbuilding industries and railway coaches. Then, fourth 5-year planning period. In the fourth 5-year planning period, the time period is 1969 to 1974. Are you getting any doubt? Already we clarified, I clarified this doubt. 1961 to 66, third 5-year planning period completed. That means the fourth 5-year planning period should start from 1966? No. Why it wasn't started, children? Because 1966 to 1969 is a time period of annual plans. I explained you already. That was a time period that Pakistan attacked India. India suffered with a major drought also. Due to all this economic problem, political problem, children, what happened? The Planning Commission did not make any plans. So those 3 years were called as annual plans. Now the fourth 5-year planning period, it started in the year 1969 to 1974. And this fourth 5-year planning period gave importance to all agro-based industries. Give importance to all agriculture-based industry, like sugar industry. Sugar industry depends on sugarcane. Cotton industry depends on cotton cultivation. Jute depends on jute cultivation. Vanaspati, that means vegetable oil. The vegetable oil, that depends on vegetables. And then followed by the other industry like metal-based and chemical industries were also given importance, children, during the fourth 5-year planning period. So this plan made a progress to all the aluminium industries, automobile industries, tire industries and the tractors. So this is the fourth 5-year planning period. What you have to keep it in your mind? You have to keep it in your mind. It gave importance to all agro-based industry. So this is third and fourth. Now next is fifth 5-year planning period. Now children, this is the fifth 5-year planning period, children. The time period for the fifth 5-year planning period, it is 1974 to 1979. And in this planning period, children, the rapid growth of steel plants was the main objective. Rapid growth of steel plants. So under this process only, children, SAIL was constituted. What is SAIL? Steel Authority of India Limited. SAIL means Steel Authority of India Limited was constituted, children. With this one, the other industries like drug manufacturing industry, drug means medicines, drug manufacturing industry, oil refining industry, you know very well. When we get the what you call fossil fuel, that is petrol, from the surface of the earth, from the oceanic areas, it is very crude in nature. So that oil will be refined, called as oil refinery, and the heavy engineering industries. So that comes under, children, 5 years planning period. So what is 5-year planning period? Importance given to steel industries. And when steel is coming, SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited. Beside this SAIL, the other industries are also taken into consideration. Now, the sixth 5-year planning period. The sixth 5-year planning period, the time period is 1980 to 1985. And what was that, children? In this one, on producing the goods to exploit the domestic and international market. That means producing those goods, by the help of that, domestic market can be exploited. We can develop more domestic market, and also with the international markets. The industries under this one, aluminium industry, automobile industry, electric equipment industry. I hope it is clear, children. So this one, children, the time period is 80 to 85. Are you getting anything here? This period stopped at 1979 only. So we could start here by 1979. But once again it is there. It is 1 year annual plan. So it started late by 1980, and in this one, importance were given to all those industries. By the help of that, domestic and international market can be exploited. So this is 5th 5-year planning period and 6th 5-year planning period. So now next is, now children, about the 7th 5-year planning period. 7th 5-year planning period, children, the time period for this plan, it is from 1985 to 1990. 85 to 1990. And in this plan, the importance were given to the high technology. Importance were given to high technology and electronic industry. Importance were given to high technology and electronic industry. Self-employment. Importance were given to self-employment also. And the exploitation of local resources. 3 to 4, only 3 to 4, you have to remember it. On high technology, electronic industry, self-employment and exploitation of local resources. Okay, local resources, like there are in the local area, there are many number of resources are there. So if the people, they exploit those resources, they'll engage in one or the other work, they get self-employment, and with the help of this, they'll be able to produce more, that is rapid industrialization. Now, after 7th 5-year planning period, next one is 8th 5-year planning period. This is from 1992 to 1997. Again here, 1990 we stopped, but we started here from 1992. Same 2-year annual plans. Okay. So this 8th 5-year planning period, it was started in the year 1992. And you remember what was introduced in this one? Yes, we discussed this one in agricultural sector lesson. 1992, it's a 1991, we can say that is a time period of economic reforms. Economic reforms, liberalization, privatization, globalization. So here, liberalization was started, children, in case for the industrial sector, in this 8th 5-year planning period. Liberalization, complete free from all the restrictions. And with this one, what happened? This liberalization, the main aim of this 8th 5-year planning period was to remove the regional imbalances. Because in India, there are many areas are there. In the same state, many regions are there. One region is very highly developed comparing to the other one that is very backward. So liberalization method was that, children, it was implemented to remove this regional imbalances. Next one, 9th 5-year plan. 9th 5-year plan started from 1997 to 2002. 1997 to 2002, in this plan period, the importance were given to the industries like cement industry, coal industry, crude oil industry, consumer goods, the daily we use, the children, number of things, soaps, toothpaste and number of other things, refinery industries. These industries were taken into consideration and the reforms were taken to improve these industries. 10th 5-year planning period, 2002 to 2007. And in this one, the importance was given to the modernization. Modernization of agriculture, modernization of industries. How is it possible? By technological upgradation, by improving new technology. Importance are given to research and development and to increase exports. So this is, children, all about 10th 5-year planning period. So children, now the next 11th 5-year planning period. In the 11th 5-year planning period, children, the time period is from 2007 to 2012. And the importance was given, children, to the infrastructure and the employment industries, self-employment industries. 12th 5-year planning period, 2012 to 2017. And this planning period was only and only on inclusive growth, to develop overall growth of the economy, increase the economic GDP level, employment through the manufacturing industries. But unfortunately, this plan was stopped 2012 to 2017. But in 2014 only, Planning Commission was dissolved by then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. And 2014, in place of Planning Commission, Niti Aayog was constituted. Niti means planning, Aayog means commission. Niti Aayog, since 2014, it is working on the various levels of economy to improve the overall development. of the Indian economy. So children, this is the topic on industrial development. During all the 5-year planning period, in this topic, we discussed from the first 5-year planning period to the 12th 5-year planning period, and which industries got more importance in which particular planning period. So I hope it is clear to all of you. So you know your work, read the lesson, follow the material. If you want to search other resources, search that one, children. Till then, it's the time to take leave, children. Thank you. Thank you one and all. Thank you, children.